Whew, alright. Starting to get a little bit demoralized in last video with the side stories we were being asked to pursue. Not that you're an aside to me, Y'shtola. You are a valued member of this team, but I don't need to be there for every single step of every process, you understand? Like, this is what teams are about, is delegation. Anyway, it's all in the past now. I'm sure we'll never be diverted like that again. Y'shtola. So this is the Holy See. I should like to linger a while and take in the sights, but it must wait till after our mission. I mean, our mission is pretty substantial. We managed to find Y'shtola. Given time, I'm sure we'll be united with the others as well. Alphino, you got anything to say? Sharlayan is situated in the Dravanian hinterlands. To get there, we must strike west and traverse the breadth of the Dravanian forelands. Make no mistake, it'll be a grueling journey. The party shall be comprised of Erwin, Y'shtola, and myself. Tataru, pray remain in Ishgard and continue to search for our missing friends. Yes, sir. First, let us make for Tailfeather. Excuse me. Speak with Y'shtola at Tailfeather. Yeah, let's just bop right out there. Where is Tailfeather exactly? Where? Okay, this is the Hunter's Lodge type spot. Y'shtola hanging out outside. She's just ready to go, you know. The hike is on. When last we set foot here, Stini and Izayla were with us. Though it was not all that long ago, I find myself strangely taken by nostalgia. A long soak in the live stream, followed by a long journey. I would not recommend it to anyone. But rest assured, my strength is returning to me. I shall be back to my former self ere long. Ooh, time to turn the music back on. 58? Yes, 58. So there's very few 58 quests. Then there's the normal number of 59 quests. And then we're done. I believe I'm sufficiently rested. Let us continue west to Sharlayan. Once we descend the mountain path, we will arrive at the Dravanian hinterlands. From there it is but a short distance to the city. Be warned that we should be passing through Gnath territory. We must needs be wary of them and the dragons both. So you know about the Gnath? How do you know about the Gnath? Maybe she knows about everything now that she's been amid the sky. So he could just teleport, I think. What we would have found if we'd come down here earlier in the MSQ is that exit down in that southwestern part of the zone would have been sealed off. We would not have been allowed to enter. So now we have the opportunity to see the countryside. I posted a screenshot of that brilliant dawn spilling in through the door when we were up in that tower over there. And a friend of mine said, oh, it looks normal to me. Which they were right, it did look normal. It was only impressive in the context of having arrived while it was night. Which I admit the screenshot did not convey. If you're listening to this... Oh, why am I spacing on their name? I know their name. I know their name well. Their name is... Fuck. Why can't I conjure it? I'm the worst. Science bird. Their name is... God damn it. Vitaro. Why did that take so long? I know why it took so long. It's because I'm me and have a hollow mind. But yeah, this gate would have been sealed had we come down here earlier, but now the way is open. Whew, already feeling energized again. Because this is it! This is it. We're like 2 conversations away from the furthest that I've ever been in Final Fantasy XIV, Mr. Frodo. Look at this. Look at this. This looks terrible.
Where to the melted snows of Abelathia's spine eventually find their way by means of 1,000 silver streams.
That are flowing directly from underneath that... That looks much better.
Whose waters have long nourished the Dravanian hinterlands.
I want to go in that cave down there.
For a settlement of learned souls from across the northern sea.
But so this isn't Sharlayan though. Because Sharlayan is up here, I guess, but this is just an outpost of Sharlayan. What? This is Sharlayan? Wait, what?
Now abandoned by her keepers.
Oh, is there a new Sharlayan? Hang on. Are we going to New Sharlayan in Endwalker? Because we go to Sharlayan in HW. Rook will know. Yes, New Charlayan sounds familiar now that I say it out loud. Matoya dwells on the far side of the Thalic River. Let us search for a crossing. I could search for a crossing, or I could fly directly there. This actually looks very much like a VR chat world that I was hanging out in yesterday. One sec, I gotta check if a friend of mine... Whoop. It just occurred to me that maybe not everyone is on Discord 24 hours a day, which is a very strange thought. That is all music from Final Fantasy, right? Just checking. Just checking. Yeah, a buddy of mine said he wanted to go to VR chat on Twitter, and I was like, oh, I'll ping him on Discord directly, but maybe he missed it. Or maybe he's just not in the mood to put up with my bullshit. That is also totally fine. It's very hard to know what kind of an impression you make on people, what people make of you. Oh, wait, so hang on. Did we just bypass? We're not paying any attention to what's going on here at all. This is a little loud to my taste. Let's turn it down. So this is a very kind of, like, Theed. There's a real Naboo energy around here. And that is an impressive structure looming over it all. Floating as well. People really need to stop building their homes on these. It's not even floating, it's just like, ugh. I quail to think at what a small explosive it would take. Just what, remember how the wildlings climbed the wall? Yeah, apparently. That is what happened, is they all went off to their own little island or continent somewhere north of Eorzea. This place is well manicured for somewhere abandoned for many years. Tarantula Haku, you're a scary looking motherfucker, aren't you? Holy shit. You do not mess around, Big B. Show me your giant hand. Well, I don't know if there was some particularly wild adventure we were supposed to go on there, but it does seem that as usual the expedient of flight has given us a scenic tour that we kind of just drifted through without paying much attention. Hey, look at that shit, that's cool. Rocks suspended over it. Man, there's so much stuff going on in these zones. We are just gonna have to go back through. Probably sometime in 2022. I got so many things I want to do. Man, I want to get through the Persona series. Oh, can't go through there. Not zoned for flight. I want to get through the Persona series. I want to play Cruelty Squad. Might do a little of that today. We'll see how we're feeling. Oh, don't go into a cutscene though, because I got to turn the music back up. God damn it! God damn it. What could that say? The Nautilus. Nautiluses are kind of mystical creatures. Oh, Rook says the wiki says this was a colony of Charlayan, which is what I thought. But maybe that was retconned. But we shall regard this as a colony of Charlayan. Knowledge seeks no man. So says the motto of Charlayan engravement upon yonder stone. The meaning is simple. It falls to us to seek enlightenment. During the 6th Astral Era, at the turn of the 13th century, men from the northern nation of Charlayan journeyed across the seas to Eorzea in search of knowledge. Oh yeah, so that's not even a retcon, it's right there. They just got a better naming convention. They, like, as with the Europeans, they moved from Charlayan to Charlayan. Let's see. Upon arriving at these shores, they established a camp for their scholarly endeavors. Over time, this camp grew into a settlement, and the settlement prospered, and so much so that it came to be counted among Eorzea's great city-states. Alas, her glory days are now a fading memory. With the keepers lost to her, Charlayan became an empty husk of her former self. Could we not call it New Charlayan? Come on.
Uplander is mistaken. Charlayan has new keepers, is on cusp of a new age of glory.
Goblins. Or kobolds? These things called kobolds? I don't remember. They're the Illuminati, right? I think that that's goblins here to plunder the city. Yeah, we were right.
Uplander is mistaken muchly. We are not thieves. This place is our home. Uh-huh.
Your home? When last I looked, it was mine and Alphino's. We were born here. Yeah, but you fucking left, dudes. Like, there's no fucking property rights here.
When Uplanders abandoned city, Uplanders gave up claim. Born here or no, Uplanders are trespassers.
I mean, that's not a very nice way to think about it either. Surely you can invite us in as visitors. We don't need to do a bunch of favors for you. My friends, please, we did not come to dispute your claim to this land. Our purpose here is peaceful. We desire but to cross the river. Be calm, I beg you, and let us speak like the civilized folk that we are. Surely we can come to a mutual understanding.
If that is truth, then Uplanders are welcome here. Come with Slowfix. Slowfix will show Uplanders settlement.
The problem with our goblin voice is that I don't know if we can do two of them. I'm sure I've said before, but it's one of those things I really admire about Roy Dotrice. May he rest in power. Fucking cool dude, Roy Dotrice. I assume? I actually have no idea what his politics were like. Let me see. Roy Dotrice, socialist. It doesn't look like he had a lot of... Doesn't look like he had a lot of publicly stated political associations, which is a shame. You like to think that people are on your side. Not that it matters. You don't need fucking celebrities to be right.
Wolnick's a standing guard, keeping Idleshire safe for Gobbikin.
Patrick Stewart's a good commie, right? Or at least, or communist, socialist. I know we make a big deal out of this distinction sometimes. Okay, you can't fly here. I mean, if you're a socialist but reject the idea of communism, what are you fucking thinking? You're someone who's mistaken democratic socialism for socialism, which is, not to be too grotesque about things, not to be too argumentative, but man, that is a huge error to make. If you're leaving capital in charge of things and just trying to distribute it more equitably, you have not solved the problem. You've just made it a little bit nicer inside the prison cell. Which, I'd take a nicer prison cell. I ain't saying no. I'm not gonna live forever. I want to live comfortably here in my life. And I want that for other people as well. But yeah, anyway, point is, we can't allow the existence of DemSoc to muddy the waters of socialist communists. You say socialist because it freaks people out less. To my mind, the distinction is not super significant. I'm sure there are those who disagree, and I'm sure that they're right and better informed than I am, but for discourse purposes, it seems like that's the real distinction. I suppose it's only to be expected that others would come to occupy Charlian. Nonetheless, it feels akin to having strangers take over your home in your absence. Ishtola, don't be a fucking jerk. From the goblin's perspective, such a well-appointed city is certainly an attractive proposition. F6.
Illuminati must be stopped. Half-Six is racking brain case for ways to defeat them. Clever pranks or tricksy plans.
What? What is this man's name? What is this man's name? Okay. I guess he came here uninvited, so he would be unsolicited whole picks. Uplanders pack up things and leave buildings empty. So is Gobbyflock coming and becoming keepers of Charlian. No, this is pride of Gobbyflock. Whole picks will defend home. Not let anyone take Idleshire.
Warm feet and warm fish and waters that's clean. Big sky and tongue tie a gobbies.
Wet dream? What did he say? You can't make that disappear. Slow fix.
Here is heart of settlement, name of Idleshire.
Dude. What have we got here, guests? Greetings to you. I'm Alvin Olivier, and may I introduce my companions Longpoint Erwin and Ishtola. We have journeyed far in search of a friend, and seek to cross the river. Sorry, I'm still losing my mind about hole picks. Greetings to you, I'm Alvin Olivier, may I introduce my companions Longpoint Erwin and Ishtola. It was actually that I was thinking about how I'm still saying it Ishtola, even though apparently it's Yishtola, which makes it sound like Yivtola. I can't remember if I said that out loud or just thought it before. We've journeyed far in search of a friend, and seek to cross the river. This lady's got, like, big drag race energy. But finding the main bridge collapsed, you went looking for a detour and ended up stumbling into Slowfix and his crew, is that right? That is the short of it, aye. This place, Idleshire. I came expecting a ghost town. Suffice it to say, I'm surprised to find it so alive. Well, with all them precious artifacts lying around, 'twas only a matter of time before treasure hunters like me moved in. I know we were going to use this voice for the revolutionary, but she just dropped right back out of the story. I imagine she'll come back during the patches. We weren't the first to arrive neither. By then, Slowfix and his gobby friends hole picks and, we're already settled.
At first, gobbies and hunters disliked each other, but understanding came, then friendship. Now gobbies and hunters have joined hands to build a great new nation.
So that is what happened after we Charlanes departed. Please don't stress that you're a local. Oh, so you're locals. No hard feelings, I hope. All these nice buildings, but no one to live in them. Felt like a waste, you know. Absolutely it was. You're in the right, dude. We've been trying to put the place to rights, and things have been going well for the most part, but it ain't all smooth sailing, not to sound ungrateful, but the traps your people left lying about are a bloody nuisance. There's the Illuminati harrying us day and night.
Slowfix has bright idea. Uplanders desire mutual understanding, yes? Best way to understanding is helping one another. Help citizens of Idleshire and Uplanders can be citizens too. Citizens are free to cross river.
Well, I'm not aware of a quicker way to reach our destination. Let us assist Slowfix and his people. Ray. Zoop. Ray. Golems be gone. Slowfix wants you to eliminate the golems that prowl Idleshire.
So Uplanders agree to help? Good. Here's what Slowfix wants Uplanders to do. Many golems prowl Idleshire, get in the way of expansion plans. Slowfix wants Uplanders to eliminate golems. Uplanders are Charlan, yes. Charlans would know best way to deal with creatures.
What else you gotta say?
Slowfix wants Uplanders to eliminate golems.
Just the same thing, huh? Alpha, no. Sentinel golems, I dare say Yishtola will know how to deal with them. So we had to eliminate the golems. That should be a simple enough affair. The automata were employed as sentinels, and by design can be unmade with a coded command. At the time of the Exodus, it was noughts and crosses, and I see no reason why it should not still work. Let us divide the task between the three of us, the quicker to be finished with it. With the chat mode in say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter the coded command noughts and crosses to unmake a golem. Well, let's see how that works. Noughts and crosses. Let's store it on the clipboard. Oh, that was not say. Thank you, Sticky Chat, though. Cannot stand on Sticky Chat. When I switch to a channel, it should stick on that channel, please. So I've done this quest. We're so close. We're so close to going past where I've ever been. Look at you, buddy. Hey. I don't know if you heard about this, but there's a goblin over there, but never mind. Abandoned golem. Noughts and crosses. Ooh. Wow. Whoa. Woof. With a shudder, the golem crumbles to pieces. Well, that's kind of a shame. Maybe they're buggy at this point after so much time without maintenance. Can't fly here. At least you can fucking mount here. I guess this was the hub, right, for this expansion, so At least it's not like a proper capital city where it's like, nope, you are not allowed to move at any speed. With a shudder, the golem crumbles to pieces. Report to Slowfix. Sure. Weather's a little depressing, isn't it? Wouldn't mind a sunnier day or else some proper rain. This wishy-washy gray is a little gloomy. Slowfix. Got anything else to say, Alphino? Of all the luck, one of my golems was not receptive to the password and tried to pummel me bloody. Thankfully, I managed to dance clear of its fist and strike it down. I'm pleased to report that my golems obediently crumbled at my command.
Golems are no more? Wonderful. Now we can resume work to expand settlement.
58. An Illuminati incident. Slowfix has the look of a goblin who's about to ask a favor.
Uplanders help Guppyflock. Earned right to be citizens of Idleshire, but Slowfix must ask another favor.
Another favor, you say?
Short time ago, dear friend of Slowfix ventured into Illuminati territory. Illuminati are nasty goblins, show no mercy even towards Gubbykin. Slowfix fears for friend's life. Please find friend before Illuminati do. I am suddenly taken by a sense.
Wait, no, that was Y'shtola. I'm suddenly taken by a sense of foreboding. Be that as it may, we cannot turn a blind eye. Let us make haste and find Slowfix's friend. Here we go. Slowfix's friend to the Maker's Quarter. God damn it. Trapped forever. Okay, so that's way the fuck back there. That's cool, though. Nice to look around that zone a little bit. Woolnix. You'll get yours, Woolnix. Boink. Sorry, the ongoing saga of Holpix continues unabated as I report it in every venue that I am currently focusing on. Let's see. Is it raining or is it just, I guess it's just waterfalls and mist? Yeah, I guess I kind of hope that we do get to see around here a little bit. It was one of our complaints from the base game, right, that there was that binding coil of Bahamut just sitting around. And we had no idea what it was. If we'd skipped the binding coils, we never would have known. There's interesting stuff here, and I'd like to know what the deal with it is. Without having to do a bunch of side quests, although that would be fine too. Hey, Brayflox Altox. It's a familiar name. An Illuminati incident.
Goodly Uplander. Long time no I catch what is bringing Uplander here.
Yeah, we've met Brayflox. Yeah, Brayflox was the one who opened that instance for us, right? The one with the kill-stealing dragon.
Does Uplander have lusty eyes for junk of Brayflox? Uplander must not be touching junk of Brayflox. Brayflox is finding junk first.
I knew I recognized that voice. Greetings, Brayflox. It's been a while. Forgive us for interrupting your work, but Captain Weisgate gave me to understand that you are marked by the Illuminati. This happens to be Illuminati-held territory. Is it wise to be here?
Brayflox eat Illuminati for synapses.
They look well armed.
We too for synapses. Brayflox all talks on wise you are to come here after dirty taking secret knowings of cheese make from Illuminati.
Oh, it's a comic relief.
Brayflox did know one night's cheese recipe is copy birthright. Save tongue flaps for trading in Death Pit.
Gotta love jokes about cheese. Truly, this is the internet circa when? 2013? Even that's a little late for the cheese stuff. Ooh, that man is a little impressive.
Pray to Godfathers for punishment is near times.
It appears we have no choice. This is it, folks. I do not think that I've done this part before. Let's knock these motherfuckers out.
Brayflox, shall we do Illuminati copy trick or two?
I couldn't tell which one that was.
To death pet with you.
Just to obliterate everyone, please. Whatever this is about, Brayflox needs our help. It appears to be about theft of,
Tremble before the might of the Illuminati.
Whence came all these bombs?
More lent fists?
These are the kind of bombs.
Spill bladder not over unstrung fire booms of the Illuminati.
Here we can knock them away. Get more of them, at this rate. Well, oh boy. Whoa. Okay, but it couldn't really harm us, thankfully. That happens in a hard mode dungeon that you can do now. Now seems good a time as any. Casting Holy. I shall invoke a spell. Teleport us? Please don't teleport us, ma'am. Pray keep the enemy at bay. You gonna cast Holy? I want to see you cast Holy, ma'am. Did she do it? It might have been there. Unyielding Earth. Well, not even gonna get to see it. Oh well, what would it have been?
Illuminati no match for furious godfits of Brayflox. More junk is awaiting Brayflox muchly. Brayflox is taking leave of Uplanders.
Ha!
What? What the fuck was that? What?
Ether!
What?
To me!
What's happening? What's happening? Who's talking that way? What just happened? What just happened? Well, may never know. So that was the famous Brayflox. I have newfound respect for the company of heroes. That a motley crew such as theirs could achieve the feats they did bespeaks unwavering solidarity. Being embroiled in a cheese war was the last thing I expected coming to Charlian. At any rate, we fulfilled Slowfix's request. Let us return with the good tidings and be on our way. I mean, I want to know what's up with that, like, slow time field over there, though. Right here. Hey, you. You're looking pretty fancy. Real spiky. I admire it. Slowfix. So wait, we don't want to talk to him yet.
Uplanders are back. Did Uplanders find friend of Slowfix?
We should have talked to Y'shtola and Alphino first.
Time has not cured recklessness of Brayflox. Without help from Uplanders, Brayflox would now be dead copy. Slowfix owes Uplanders debt of gratitude. Slowfix and Brayflox are joined by unseverable copy bond. If Slowfix had known that Uplanders are friends of Brayflox, Slowfix would have welcomed Uplanders to Copyflock at first meeting.
Don't turn in just yet, and let's talk to Y'shtola. But it's not simply drift in the live stream. It is a constant struggle to hold on to your very essence. The experience has hardened me in ways I can ill explain. Bet it was longer than you think in there. I had known that Y'shtola was capable, but to invoke such potent magic so effortlessly, I must needs redouble my efforts if I am to approach her level of mastery. She didn't get to do it, though. I killed them all.
Uplanders are back. Did Uplanders find friend of Snowfix? Yes, we just heard about this dialogue, so we don't need to go through it again. Meow.
Time-cured recklessness, Illuminati incident. Done. Leaving Idleshire. The grateful Slowfix is ready to grant you your heart's desire. To get the fuck out.
Uplanders have upheld bargain most highly. As promised, Slowfix makes Uplanders honored citizens of Idleshire free to cross river at will. Though Uplanders must leave for now, Slowfix hopes that Uplanders will pay many visits and help build great new nation.
Yeah, this isn't the current expansion, boy. You are most kind, my friend. You may be certain that we will return. I must confess, at first it upset me to learn that my home had been occupied by others. But I see now that it is in good hands. Under your care, I look forward to seeing Charlian thrive once more, to become a home to people of all races and creeds.
Slowfix has already ordered the comp watch to let Uplanders through. Safe travels.
Alphino, Arwen, shall we then? It's good to do Y'shtola's voice again. Zip, zip, zip. Loud jocks. The cenotaph. Oh, so... Oh, great, we can cross this, this river, can we? Across this broken bridge.
By order of Chief Slowfix, Uplanders can come and go at will. One moment for clearing away barricade.
Finally, we can continue our journey. Run! Only the immortal lingers. Nobody told the Warrior of Light to run, so he didn't realize that it was a thing that he might want to do. No initiative, this cat. Barring any misadventure, we shall soon arrive at the cave where Matoya resides. Unless you have unfinished business in Idleshire, let us strike out at once. I'm ready whenever you are. Let us go and meet the legendary Matoya. What Final Fantasy reference do you think Matoya is going to be? Justice Department to protect women seeking an abortion in Texas. Well, that's something. You need to do a lot more than that, though. I'm ready to go whenever you are. Ahead lies the answering quarter, where the scholars of Sharlayan gathered to hone their knowledge. Even from this distance, 'tis plain that much of it has been given back to the wilderness. Boom. 59? 59! This is the last set of quests, folks. Matoya's Cave. The cave in which Matoya resides is situated on the southern edge of the hinterlands. In choosing the spot, my master, he desired privacy above all else. As such, the cave is extremely well hidden. You'll not find it unless you know how to look for it. We shall follow the road south until we reach a bridge. Rather than cross it, however, we shall ford the stream it spans, then head straight until we arrive at the base of a bluff. I'm gonna look for the red marker on my map and then fly there. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm a simple boy. The answering quarter. Oh, cool. We're just back in the previous zone on a different part of it. Seems to me, crawler. There's lots of kind of gross bugs around here, aren't there? Into earth motes. Different definition of earth mote than the one that we recalcitrantly insist on using to refer to floating rocks. Could that be a Marlboro? A marble in the flip-top box? Let's see. Certainly overgrown here. Pretty weather to see it in now, I guess. Later in the day, it's a little better with the overcast, I think. So I forget what she told us we should do, but we're just gonna do this. Down here, I guess. Quick Spill Delta. Water sprites. Porogos. Frog boys. Hello, frog gentlemen. You would be hostile if I were low level, right? Why? Just don't like people wandering over your... Why do you even allow this to be maintained, then? Maybe you've got a positive relationship with the lady at the end of the lake. All kinds of herbs grow here, and they appear very well tended. This is the entrance. You seem unconvinced, Arwen. Well, that will only add to the surprise. A word of warning before we proceed. Stubborn geniuses make poor hosts, and time will have done naught to improve my master's temperament. Doubt not, but there will be sentinels and traps both to deter unwanted guests. But we'll not be deterred, will we? Go on and touch the wall yonder. You'll want to have your weapon near at hand. I personally would just not trap the shit out of my home, if it were my home. I guess if the traps are sufficiently intelligent that it's fine. What? Cappy, what'd you just link to? Zoop. Oh, he was linking to his own reference to Holpix. Hostile presence. Oh no. None shall pass. Ribbit, ribbit. I'm afraid that we are going to pass. That's it? Is it back to Ishtola? Ishtola, why don't you come and, like, hang with us? Herbs again. Yep, herbs again. Those sentinels may suffice to discourage the average trespasser, but not the warrior of light. The way should be clear now. Come, let us go and see my master. You couldn't have just come with us for that, Y'shtola? Come on.
Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. No manners at all.
This is the Dark Crystal character. Ogma, or whatever her name was. No, it's the witch from Final Fantasy 1.
Though we neglected to knock,
Was that her
we
name?
did create something of a commotion. I had hoped that would suffice.
Heavy-handed as ever, I see.
Matoya is her name. Yep.
Some things never change.
Yeah. I mean, that's not as good a poll as I thought
Give
it
credit
was, you
where
might.
credit is due.
imagine.
I learned from the best. It has been too long, Master Matoya.
I did just play Final Fantasy 1 a couple days ago with the Pixel remaster. Not a great game. Not a terrible game, though.
Indeed it has.
Just
Good
bad.
to see you again, my girl.
Not a nightmare.
And
You can
with
see
your
how
fiery
it made a
spirit
splash.
unquenched. But look at you, all grown up and womanly.
And nobody's commented on it yet, but blind.
There
She is
Ansel
blind
Lux.
now.
That's Louis Suar's granddaughter.
Ooh, owned. Alvino's a girl. Girl. He's having gender feelings now.
You knew my grandfather, my lady.
Is Alphino trans?
You
The great
him.
question.
We were constantly at each other's throats, like rabid dogs we were. Oh, he was a stubborn bugger, was your grandfather. Never a dull moment when he was around, though, I'll give him that. As for you, boy, I've known you since you were a rosy-cheeked babe at the teat.
And my sister too, I gather. May I say what an honor it is to meet you again, my lady?
Spare me the hollow pleasantries, boy. I'll wager my remaining good teeth you didn't come to a forgotten corner of Eorzea to flirt with a wrinkly old woman. Now out with it. What is it you need of me?
Energetic Ram. He's got one of those sitting around. You were waiting for just his moment, right? Not gonna send us all over the realms looking for corrupted crystals?
I never
Ooh,
thought I'd hear that name again.
she knows of it.
You are familiar with it.
It is kind of wild that there's a nation of all-knowing mages
One can get
who just aren't
poring on
helping.
musty old tomes. The Allagons set the Isle afloat not long before the sun set on their empire. Old Louis Soir and I often talked about it. The place is home to a research facility dedicated to finding ways of mastering mighty beings, such as primals and dragons. And find ways it did too, frightening ones. Such secrets as lie buried on Azizla aren't fit to see the light of day. And now you tell me a band of dragon-beating primal botherers are trying to dig them up?
That's about the size of it, ma'am.
Indeed.
We do what we
And to
could to
make
stop
matters
them,
worse,
but
the Essens
just
have
gave them
hand
the
in their
key
plot.
instead.
They
Apologies.
must
Did we leave that
stop
part
no
out? We
matter
should have
the
left that part
cost.
out.
I see. Very well.
You will help us then? Truly? I had not anticipated such an impassioned response. Could it be that the presence of young blood has stirred your own?
Ah, some things never change. One day that pertness is going to cost you your tail, my girl. Don't say I didn't warn you.
She's already lost a lot. I mean, what's one more piece? So, how are we finding the place? We should look around. Do you see the tomes lying about like so many cheap romances? They are priceless. My professors at the studium would have fits if they saw them in this state. Being in the calls to mind my days studying under Matoya. Though she was the strictest and most irascible of mentors, she led by example and inspired one to greater heights. Were not for her sage guidance, I would not be the woman I am. Tororogo. You gonna talk backwards, Broom? He's gonna talk backwards. Nothing to see here. Yeah, Cappy just referenced that as well. That is where we would have learned how to access the world map in Final Fantasy I. I don't think we need to buy anything from you. What do you got for sale? Try on. That's kind of nice. Pull it out. Pull it out. Which one is it? Sheath draw weapon. There it is. It's not bad. How about the Dark Knight arm? It's a flamberge and kind of a short one too. Weird. Try on the spear. Zoop. And looks kind of like a piece of a chandelier. Sarorogo. I'm hopeless in battle and I can't clean as well as the brooms. I'm good for absolutely nothing. Ribbit. Oh, woe is me. I don't want to go back to being an ordinary toad, Croak. Okay, so she just uplifted the local frogs. And, okay, what is this? I live to sweep, swish, swisharoo. Sweep with me or die. Can you do any less? Statuesque broom. None shall bite the dust. Bite the dust. I thought it was bust. Out of my way, adventurer. This is no place for adventuring. Do you think we're going to be sent further into this cave? How deep is this cave? Cave exit. I mean, that was the way in, I guess. Ooh. Entrance. We're about to be sent into a dungeon, aren't we? I think I know what we're about to see. Forbidden knowledge. She is in a mood to reminisce.
"'Twas some 50 years ago, shortly after Garlemald had brought all of Ilsabard under its rule.
Which part of the world is Ilsabard?
Faced with a threat of invasion, the people of Sharlayan scrambled about for a means to resist the Empire. For my
That's Alamigo.
I was tasked with developing an etheric converger.
Ah, yes, a device which draws in ether and concentrates it to produce a destructive force.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, I knew about those.
But as my research neared its end, it was denounced by the Forum, who claimed that my device was more likely to destroy us than our enemies.
Well, I mean, we're used to tools like that.
Falling out, and I decided to seal away all the fruits of my research, lest the dunder-headed ingrates reap any benefit. Ha! Petty, I know, but gods, it was satisfying.
You know, sometimes you just gotta recognize when you're unappreciated.
'Twas you, was it not, who was so fond of saying that all knowledge exists to advance mankind? That how it is used depends on us.
Well, she was making sure they didn't use it for anything she didn't like.
I don't remember. Perhaps. All right, yes. It was a pet phrase of mine. And that should give you a notion of how sick and tired I was of those spineless wretches of the Forum. All talk and no trousers, that lot. That's why I decided to remain behind, rather than join the Exodus.
You may have had your disagreements with my grandfather, but upon that point, your minds were as one.
Well, it was intolerable to be on the same continent as that old coot.
The fruits of your research should not be left to spoil. Will you share with us the secrets of the etheric converger?
Aye, I will. All the information you need is contained in a tome I wrote on the subject. But you'll have to fetch it from the forbidden section of the Great Library.
Do I hear dungeon?
Ah, you were not exaggerating when you said that you had sealed it away. Though the city is abandoned, the library's guardians are all but certain to remain. We must needs cut a path through them. Come, let us away.
Say no more. I'm on my way.
Uh-huh.
Well, Y'shtola just as... Yeah. Oh, what?
Shola and the boy are staying with me.
Wait, no, I need them to explain things to me. I can't read. There's
I need
no
help to
evidence
make
that Erwin
new
can read.
sentinels to replace the old ones you walloped. They'll be board and lodging, don't you worry. But know that you'll have to work for them. Hard. I'll have no sluggards in my house.
So we did just murder those poor frogs outside, huh? It seems unkind to turn the wildlife sentient and then use it that way. Alright, well, at least she's paying. You know, you don't have to get all labor about it. Turn the volume back up. What do the kids think about this? Oh, same thing as before. Same thing as before. Oh, the great library's guardians shouldn't pose any difficulty for a hero like you. You'll hardly notice Stola's absence. And the girl, boy, whatever, would only get in your way. But if it turns out you aren't up to the task, well, then I'll know you can't be trusted with something as dangerous as an etheric ram. Now the library's entrance is locked tight. I'll loan you one of my servants to open it. The room yonder. Well, what are you waiting for? Introduce yourself, boy. Let's sweeping love? What? Let's sweeping love. I'm disrespectful to dust. Can you see that I'm serious? That was... let's sweeping love? What does that mean? Greetings, good sir. I'm Broomsy, the lady's servant of some 50 years. May I say what an honor it is to serve you? I am given to understand you wish to enter the Great Gubar Library. To find it, pray head east upon leaving this cave. The building will come into view shortly after you reach the collapsed bridge. I shall go on ahead and await you at the entrance. When your preparations are in order, pray come and meet me there. It will be my pleasure to unlock the door for you. So it wasn't this entrance. Weird. That's odd. Ah, this is to the anti-tower. Okay, well, we have to do the anti-tower because I think there's some meta-plot stuff in there. If the MSQ inexplicably fails to send us there, we shall simply find the time to go ourselves. Let's get out of here. The Dravanian hinterlands. Somebody's having a rough time of it over here. Should we help them out? Goodbye, Broga. Do what we can to make ourselves useful to the less over-leveled. Cockatrice block, of course. Infant Van Gogh, the bear up there. As I recall, most of the fates in this area are single... Feed me, Seymour. Let's see... Bifericerus. Bifericerus. That motherfucker who tweeted that he loves the bounty hunting abortion ban in Texas, works for some big game studio as the CEO, has been forced out after that insane fucking tweet that he made. You stand before the Great Gubar Library, one of Heideland's foremost repositories of knowledge. Alas, it has fallen into disuse since the exodus some summers since. In all those years, its halls have welcomed not the coming of a single soul. Its floors felt not the loving brush of a broom. My apologies, sir. Pray pay no mind to the dreams of a humble broom. You are doubtless eager to venture within and retrieve my lady's tome. I shall unlock the door at once. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report to my lady. I wish you good fortune in your search. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report it to my lady. Alright, let's do it. Let's go and reduce our party back to undersize now that we don't have a insurmountable force to fight. Built by the learned men and women of Sharlayan, the Great Gubal Library is the grandest repository of knowledge in all Veorzia. Lining its towering shelves are tomes beyond count, gathered from the farthest reaches of the realm. Like the city-state, though, the library was abandoned by its caretakers when they fled to their motherland in the face of Garlean invasion. And now, 15 years since its doors were sealed, you will be the first soul to set foot within its halls. Your destination is the Forbidden Section, deep within the library, where lies your objective, the fruits of Matoya's research on the Etheric Converger. Here we go. In the eternal words of Mario. Show me. The Great Gubal Library. This one is quite colorful, if my duty roulettes have proven any indicator. What is this like? Is this jazz? Does this count as jazz? Lounge music. Mega Noira. Let's go, friends. Cut them down. Oh, these dudes have... These guys got health. Well, the music here is clearly just going to be wild. Okay, so it's going to take a little while to get through this, huh? Making a persuasive argument for leveling a DPS a little higher if these bosses and dungeons are going to start taking longer to finish. Come along, friends. We should be on the lookout for... Because clearly the music is going to make it very hard to focus on any kind of commentary here. Not that I've got anything much to say of any particular note. On Garlean hierarchy, let's destroy everyone. We should do mana dumps, though, is what we should be doing. Holy Circle. Goodbye. On Garlean hierarchy, Volume 1. The rise of the Garlean Empire in the year 1522 of the 6th Astral Era led to significant changes in the structure of Garlean society. This is most evident in the adoption of titles which serve to indicate an individual's place within the social hierarchy. The following information was compiled with the aid of informants within the Empire and is yet to be verified. Royalty, Zos the Emperor. Ye, member of the royal family in the line of succession. Fear, member of the royal family with no claim to the throne. Military, Van, Legatus, Toll, Tribunus Laticlavius, Sas, Tribunus Augusticlavius, or Praefectus Castrorum, Rem, Primus Pilus, or Pilus Prior, Quo Primiordines, or Centurion, Pier, Optio, Tesserarius, or Decurion, Owen, Duplicarius, or Legionarius, Specialists, Non, Chief Engineer or Engineer, Mal, Primus Medicus, or Senior Magitech Technician, Lux, Chief Medicus or Magitech Technician, Kier, Senior Medicus or Senior Technician, Yen, Medicus or Technician. Cool. Can we move this dialog box? We can. A little irritating to have to read at the top of the screen. Let's keep rolling. I feel much more educated about the structures of Garlean hierarchy now. Whoa, okay. Thankfully that ramp was already there before it had fully manifest, because we totally walked out there before it had lowered. Madolith. Very impressive. On Garlean Hierarchy Volume 2, I bet these are all going to be equally scintillating. Let's break out the spells again. So it hits for like 4,000 each, as compared to... Yeah, that's higher than a Prominence, so dumping on AoE spells is great. Public officials, Il, Dictator or Princeps Senatus, Het, Consul, Praetor, Tribunus Plebis, Aedilis or Caesator, Goe, Censor, Fea, Unknown, Heir Unknown Dus Lictor. This hierarchy extends to the general populace as well, though it is far less complex. The majority of citizens bear the Ba title, or Bas. And there is a similar group which appears to be comprised of respected artisans who have adopted the Sen title. The An title is bestowed upon the most untitle is bestowed upon the peoples of annexed territories and indicates that they lack even the most basic rights afforded to a citizen. However, many Garleans view this as an opportunity rather than a condemnation. A citizenship may be granted to those who demonstrated exceptional skills, as well as those who contributed 20 or more years of military service. Oh, it's fucked. It's so fucked. It's all fucked. Hey, Demon Tome. You're a fancy-looking motherfucker. Ooh, different music for the boss, huh? Alright, let's get to dumping Holy Spirit. Dark Blizzard 3. Zoom out a little further here. Keep casting. Yeah, we gay. Keep casting. Alright, let's slow. We don't want that. Holy Spirit time. We all out of mana? Oh, repel. That could have destroyed us. Disclosure. Is he gonna fall? Is he gonna fall over on us? I don't want to get fallen on. Please, Mr. Book. Oh, he opened? Well, whatever that was, I bet it was bad. I'm glad that we avoided whatever part of it we did. Don't hit me with that. Oh, he's doing it again. Dark Blizzard. Ooh, okay. Can we get to the other side of him? No. Oh god, slippery. It's Shiva all over again. Let's just round this one out, why don't we? Gotta not move when it's frosty, or you regret it. Ooh. Don't hit me with your scary frosty spells. Goodbye, Mr. Tome. I don't like that he didn't disappear. Okay, he did disappear. It's like something like you should not be so material as to leave a proper corpse. You're an unsettling being, and I prefer to think that you are largely imaginary. So, I don't know if this is true, but I think it's possible that the books that spawn in this dungeon are randomized every time. Because there's one called The Boy and the Dragon Gay, as I recall. That seems to be missing this time around, or else it's just from deeper inside the dungeon. Keep coming, boys. Let's get the whole family together so we don't waste any time. Come on over, come on over. Essences and permutations. Oh, these pages don't move, huh? They're gone. Pseudo Sprite remains. Cut them down. I want to read about the essences and permutations. That's what I'm here for, is to broaden my mind. Chapter 1, the 6 nativities in myriad creation. The spark of lightning ignites when it strikes, and thus fire is born. The heat of fire renders to ash all it touches, and thus earth is born. The density of earth shuns sun and harbors cold, thus ice is born. The armor of ice melts away, and thus water is born. The moistness of water mists and rises, and thus wind is born. The gusts and sighs of wind gather in the clouds, and thus lightning is born. Chapter 2, the 3 conquests. Boundless and unwavering. Earth grounds lightning, water erodes earth, lightning boils water. Chapter 3, the 3 submissions. Timeless and unending. Fire is extinguished by wind. Ice melted by fire, wind obstructed by ice. That is all true. Truer words never spoken. You are to be applauded for your insight. Was there another page boy down this hall that we didn't kill? Yes, there was. God damn it, page 64. You are crimping my style. Get the fuck out of here. Can't believe you'd leave a door sealed. Can't believe that mystical lock would not pop until your fucking head was on my personal platter. Coming over here, frogs, spine dusters. Seems that it was an old art that she was channeling with that. Bring the circles in. Put the frogs down. Clear over the horizon. There is some debate as to whether or not Merlvid Blöfishven and her League of Lost Bastards were the first Eorzeans to discover the western continent. There is no denying that their navigational charts were instrumental in establishing the major trade routes of today. So we're like young in global culture. Moreover, the accounts of their expedition are widely regarded as both informative and entertaining. A particular note to their first encounters with the Mamouja, as well as other indigenous peoples and creatures that seemed curiously intent on their demise. These travel journals have since inspired a legion of explorers and treasure hunters to retrace the League's journey. In spite of their numbers, the existence of a blazing city of gold remains unconfirmed. Yeah, so they were fucking conquistadors. Another reason that we should burn Limsa Lominsa to the ground, or at least behead Merlwyb, who has, again, gone on record saying that she will continue doing genocides because she regards them as adequate to not even defeat the primal threat. Like, she just wants the land that the Sahagin have. Why are we working with her? What was that? Oh, interesting. So the only thing locking it is the pages. It's not the rest of the creatures. That's unusual. And good knowledge means we can ignore everything else until we get a proper lockout. No books in this musty hallway. Ooh, who's spawning? Some kind of Minode tar. It's Byblos. The astrology and astromancy camera will be sealed in 15 seconds. 16 seconds until minions spawn. Hey Byblos, what's your trick? You gonna make us drunk? Head down. He's gonna charge through us, I bet. Ooh, no, he jumped into a book, drawing dark energies from the Forbidden Tome. He's invulnerable. Do we have to step on these? That doesn't seem to help. Oh, we should probably kill them. Down with you, buddy. Probably one swing of the third. Yes, it was adequate. Now there's orbs. These orbs bad? I bet these orbs aren't good. To draw them through him, maybe? Maybe? More evil heads. Let's cut them down a little bit more rapidly this time, why don't we? 2. And 3. There we go. Let's try drawing them through him. This seems like a plausible approach. Yeah, there we go. Unquenchable flames engulf the Forbidden Tome. Aye, burns! Oil everywhere. You shall pay dearly, accursed mortals. Let's go ahead and just dump atonements into this bad boy. Looks like there's spooky colors showing up all over the place. I don't know if I want to step in them, but maybe I do? Stepping in good? Vacuum blade. Okay, no, it was bad. Hey, you. Gonna cut you down real quick. What if I just blew various instant casts on you? Oop, that didn't work out. Please drag the flames through this book, the unquenchable ones. Invincible, invulnerable to all damage. Come on, flames. What are you doing? No, don't navigate around him. The fuck is your problem? He dispelled the flames. Jerk. What were you thinking? Wish I didn't have to do that. Woomph. Okay. Flames, please come through him. Oh, do they follow your path, not your body? Boom. Okay, let's finish this bad boy. Oil everywhere. Goodbye, Byblos. Head down, knock back again, of course. I am undone, but my master's seal is broken. I guess that's a good thing for the master. Sounds like you're pro-breaking that seal. Charlian Philosopher's Choker and Charlian Conservator's Hat. We're entering the depths, where the books glow red. This is where they forged the books. Tome Shifter Imp. I remember the first time that I landed in Europe. I was 20 years old. Yeah, I'd turned 21 there. And I was at the time. I mean, not that I'm not a dramatic gentleman now, but more of a one than I am now. I was very into Airplane Over the Sea, as are so many young men. And I remember thinking as I touched down at Charles de Gaulle, this is where they fought the war. And I think I also texted that to a friend of mine immediately, because that's the kind of self-conscious drama queen that I am. I have no fucking connection to World War II. It was a fucking nightmare that informed the rest of the future. But in terms of anything that I have to say about it, anything that I personally care about, nothing. My investment is purely to the immensity of the historical artifact. We gotta cut you guys down. I'm sorry about this. I wish we could fit you in, but we got a book to read, so we're not gonna be able to reschedule you. My apologies. Speed reader he was. What is that meme about? Whoop. Sorry for noise. Leatherbound diary. Beauty is ephemeral, but it needn't be. My Lady Amandine knows this well, lovely creature that she is. Would that I could have the genuine article in my keeping, but alas, I shall have to settle for a pale imitation. The vessel is not quite up to my usual standards, but beggars can't be choosers, as they say. I washed and anointed it per the instructions, then secured it to the bed with chains. Wouldn't want to get ideas above her station, oh no. Gods, just the thought of it is enough to get my blood pumping. I can hardly wait to welcome my beloved succubus into this world. That sounds to me like it's referring to the manor, the haunted manor where that woman attempted to become immortal. There's the timeline on that lineup. I can't remember when that was. This would have been sealed not that long ago, 5 to 15 years ago. Hello, page 64. You sealing another door? This is a very scary room. Ooh, there's lots of stuff going on in here. I don't like it when the devils fall from the ceiling onto my head. Just, relax for a minute, why don't you? Take in this soft piano. Enjoy the jazz. Whoa. Interstitial cutscene inside a dungeon, that's a rarity. Ooh! Whoa! I can't believe he opened his own damn tome! Wow. Dramatical. I gotta read this diary though, so please chill out for a second. The tentacles, so many tentacles, and the sound of it writhing on the bed. Gods, I'm just listening to its agony. I've made a terrible mistake. Okay, so maybe it wasn't a direct reference to that haunted, hoose? Seems like whatever went down here was, not any worse than what happened there, but a different kind of bad. Don't fuck with that shit, kids. It might be that the dragon, the boy in the dragon gay is in the hard mode version of the dungeon. That seems very possible. The ever-living bibliotaph. Rhapsody's quadrangle. Hey, buddy. I bet you got all kinds of bullshit up your sleeve. Yeah, I always forget that the hard modes of these dungeons have, different bosses in them, don't they? It's not just the same stuff again. Oh, we really gotta... Unfortunately, we have to dump these atonements because they are harder hitting. Okay, so what's this one? Do we have to go touch all these spots? Or just one of the spots? All of them or just one of them? Let's try all of them, why don't we? Oh, I see. We're just gonna get an ad for each of the other ones. Released from their prisons of words. This is getting pretty heady in here. Oh, fucked up our rotation there. Typical of us, really. Just throw the dot back on this boy. What's he doing now? Can he still take damage? Is he invulnerable? Holy Spirit. Void Call. Think this is gonna be bad? Oh, I think they need two people standing on them at once. Well, hopefully it's not gonna be too bad. Gnarled Void Scent, released from their prisons of words. Look at all these men. Magic Burst? I don't want to stand in that. That sounds dangerous. How are we for health? We're doing alright. We can always heal ourselves. Getting a little mana back with the Atonement right now. heal me, please. Oh, we really need to heal ourselves. Shit. Okay, maybe we should kill some of these ads because it seems like they are obliterating us. I'm pretty sure we can get them down pretty fast. Woo, we're taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Maybe we should not fully neglect mechanics. Yeah, boss took a break, thankfully. And ads are down. Let's get a couple heals off real fast. That was the only heal we could afford. Now there's more ads. He's almost dead, and so are we. How do we think this one's going to shake out, folks? Whew. Whew. Well, that. Perhaps we shouldn't have let it get so bad for so long. Whew. Well, that sure was a show. We did it. Congratulations to each and every one of us. What's in the treasure coffee? A custodian's long kilt and a royal codex. Can we preview it from here? Wait, what? You try on the long kilt? Yeah, I want to see the codex. Try on. Zoop. It's kind of yellow for my tastes. Let's get the fuck out of here. I bet it's cutscene time now. Ooh, another moment of introspection for Longpoint Erowin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. There are only 6. We are nearly restored to our full functionality. Are we ever going to know what the fuck that was about? I assume at some point we're going to learn. I guess it's the Echo letting us find that book. The Echo never lets you down when it comes to needle and haystack territory. How else would we ever find quest items? How else would we see enemy telegraphs? We did it. Deliver the tome to Matoya. Seems like it would have been a little better if they had just sent the kids with us. They could have made some comment on what was going on. That is, I think I've said this before, but Secret World has different conceits for why in every dungeon, but in every dungeon there is a voiceover explaining things to you. In one, it's a shaman who is guiding your trip, which is also like literally sending you back in time. In several, it's like a rogue AI or a PA, just recordings from an old Soviet Thomtech research facility. In one, it's a couple of corporate recovery guys just radioing in. And one, it's a failed experiment from one of those very same Soviet facilities just taunting you the whole time. It's so good. It's so good. And it's really wild that other MMOs have not adopted that. Because I have no idea who any of these bosses are. There's no journal for them. Like, I'm sure that there's interesting ideas behind them. And yet we are denied those ideas. How are you two doing? At the Studium, I had the good fortune to be tutored by some of the finest scholars in Sharlayan. I can safely say, though, that Master Matoya exceeds them all. How I should have liked to listen to her arguing with my grandfather. Y'shtola, you have the tome, yes? Then hurry and show it to Matoya that I might be free of her stifling attention. Different levels of gratitude here.
I take it you found the tome. Well, let's see it then.
Research compiled by Matoya on a device known as an etheric converger. Here you go, ma'am.
Aye, this is it all right. Y'shtola, boy. Put down whatever you're doing and come here. Erowin is returned with the tome.
Thank the gods, but another minute under Master Matoya's exacting supervision, I would certainly have lost my mind. Or mayhap merely my temper. Some things never change indeed. Well, I for one appreciate the exacting supervision. In the short while we've been here, I feel I've gained a far better understanding of arcane entities than I did in my entire time at the Studium. Should the opportunity present itself, I should very much like to employ this knowledge for the betterment of mankind. Create a new variety of carbuncle, perhaps.
Don't get ahead of yourself, boy. Louis Suar's grandson, I know it'll take another decade under me before you can call yourself a scholar, and a deal more than that to make you a scholar worth a damn.
As you may have gathered, Master Matoya is not easily impressed. Indeed. So Erwin has returned with a tome, has he not? Shall we examine it? An eye for ether. Oh man, we're getting close. We're getting close, folks.
I had not thought to behold this tome again.
And yet here they wander. Here they toil. Here they sit and sit, hunter. That's not how you read. Ma'am, are you just burning that book? Okay, she was disenchanting it.
It is deciphered.
Alright.
Now your friends should be able to make sense of the contents.
Would it have killed me if I'd opened it, ma'am? Oh, her staff is a hand.
It's
That's
one thing
wild.
to understand the workings of the etheric converger, and another to actually make it work. You do realize how much ether is required.
Don't worry, ma'am. They're gonna send me on a jaunt around the world to go pick up every crystal in the fucking planet.
His airship is by no means large, and it can only bear a limited quantity of crystals.
So this was all
If
pointless.
only we had white aurosite in the etheric siphon.
We never figured the storage problem out.
Filia is missing along with both artifacts, and Moonbreeder is gone.
Okay, Minfilia is still missing. When did she
There were another
go
ready
missing?
wellspring of energy for us to draw upon.
Gamer fuel?
Why did it not occur to us before?
What were you thinking of? The eye? The eye.
We already have
Yeah!
The eye.
I didn't know that.
It has been drawing
I've probably
ether
heard it
into itself
somewhere.
For as long as the great worms have lived. It is a veritable wellspring of energy.
Did we determine that the Pope has the second eye?
It
Did he
might
pull that
just
out of his pocket?
needs. But is this energy something that can be harnessed at will?
I believe so, with the aid of the Azure Dragoon of Ishgard.
Yeah, he'll
Then
probably
it is
help us.
settled. Let us return to the Holy See at once.
Estinian is, gonna become a problem, but not until patch content, I think. That, I believe, is what I've heard. My knowledge of foreknowledge here is super sketchy, not at all specific. I know almost nothing about Stormblood, and
Stunner. Wait.
very little about the rest of Heavensward. I know a set of characters who are going to turn up who we've never seen before.
When did the light fade from your eyes?
Finally! Someone's commenting on the fact that she's blind.
But it would not escape your notice. It has been this way since I returned from the life stream. An after effect of the teleportation magic I invoked, most like.
They are called forbidden spells for a reason. What were you thinking, girl?
I have no regrets. I but did what was necessary to preserve the light of hope, to keep my promise to Minfilia. Besides, it afforded me the rare opportunity to wander the ether, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Yeah, you are kind of like returned changed, aren't you?
I need not tell you that it consumes your very life force to see by sensing the ether around you. Take care of yourself. Do you hear me?
I will, Master Matoya. And thank you.
Oh, I just told a story. It was, should I tell it again? Yes, I should. So I've observed that the funniest thing it is possible for a human being to do, the funniest rote thing, the funniest joke that can be deployed, is to listen to a story about anything that happened. It involves, human beings taking action in some way. And at the end, to observe that it sounds like so-and-so needs to chill out, as if one were making a pun where no possible relationship to the cold exists. discussions of cats and historicity. Y'shtola. As if you could conceal it from her of all people. Pay me no mind. I was but thinking aloud. Alphino. Thanks to your customary heroical efforts, we now possess the knowledge to build an etheric ram. All that remains is to secure its energy source. Let us hasten back to Ishgard and consult Sir Emmerich regarding the eye. Really? You think Emmerich's gonna? How's Estinian feel about Emmerich? I don't know if we've gotten a strong sense of that. Is Estinian super, like, obedience to Emmerich? Because Estinian is himself the head of the Order of the Azure Dragoons, right? And he's... Which telepoint is it? I think it's the Forgotten Knight, actually. Because the headquarters of the army, or whatever, they're not the... What are they? They're not the Temple Knights? The Temple Knights are the assholes who are doing primal shit, right? Hey, medic. You think this dude's changed? Let's see. Andalou. Yeah, it's the same line you had before. Lucia, what have you got to say? I'm glad that you and yours are safe. Oh, we are? Good. Hey, medic. You are returned. Sir Emmerich, I am pleased to see that your recovery proceeds apace. May I introduce Y'shtola, a fellow scion of the Seventh Dawn and Archon of Sharlayan. My lord, pray excuse me for foregoing due pleasantries, but we seek your counsel regarding the etheric ram. Though we now possess the knowledge to build such a device, we yet lack an appropriate source of energy with which to power it. We believe, though, that Ishgard may possess the solution to our problem. You need not apologize, my lady. Full eager am I to learn of your progress. Please tell me of this energy source that you believe we possess. And you are certain that the eye can lend its power to Master Matoya's etheric converger? At Estinian's command, yes. Very well, I shall speak to him. My thanks, Sir Emmerich. Nay, my friend, 'tis I who should thank you, as should every Ishgardian. You labor in our name with nary care to your own safety. Let us speak next to Sid. You will doubtless be eager to begin work on the etheric ram. You just gonna say we're safe? Are we safe? I shall personally relay your proposal to Estinian. If that which you ask is possible, you may be assured of his cooperation. My thanks, Erwin. What did Violet just link? This is inexplicable to me. I can't understand it. Let's see. People are always looking for cheat codes for learning languages. Maybe there are some, I don't know. I mean, I don't learn in the way that other people seem to learn things, or rather, I think most people don't learn very well. And the specific way that I've found to hack my mind into acquiring language is definitely not akin to any of these approaches that I've encountered. But then again, I've never really tried any of the pop language approaches. I know that the fucking Lingui or whatever, what's the big famous one? It's not Lingui, it's man, my brain is just full of fucking holes. You know the one with little puzzle games. That's a good way to reinforce vocabulary, but it's not a good way to learn a language. Notre chambre. Most folk know Master Garland is a genius adventurer. It's only when you come to work for him you realize he's a goddamn tyrant taskmaster. Just don't tell him I said that, alright?
What do you think? Looks like a different ship, doesn't she?
Yeah, she looks a lot fancier now. A bit of sleep deprivation won't kill me, I suppose. But if it does, well then I'll have all the sleep I want and the joke will be on Biggs. Well, you slept for a long time, didn't you, Duke? And then you just wish you'd stayed that way. What have we got? Fancy ship.
Ah, you're back. The preliminary work on the Enterprise is more or less finished. Tell me you found a way to build an etheric ram.
Greetings, Sid. It has been a while. Whoop. Allergic to holding things. This tome contains the fruits of my former master's research on a device known as an etheric converger. Our RAM should operate on the self-same principle. Not even a comment about Ishtola returning from the grave? Sure.
Ach, where are my manners? Put it all like this in my hands and I go off to my own world. God, it's good to see you. I'm bearing a gift besides. Very distracting one if I might add. If I didn't know any better, I'd think it was my name day. But there will be time for tearful reunions later. I'll make a start on the tome right away. As long as I have a grasp of the fundamentals, I should be able to knock something together. Which leaves the small matter of the energy source.
We believe we found a solution to that problem as well. Pray forgive our lateness. He's back. The power of the eye is not to be drawn upon lightly, but I believe we have sufficient cause to do so.
So this is the fabled eye. By the 12 it sees. 'Tis a wonder such power can be contained, much less controlled.
It can really, ma'am.
Boys, our friends have kindly provided all the ingredients. Let's see if we can make something out of them.
Are you shitting me? You're just gonna do it? You're not gonna make me wander around the world?
You would, Chief. When not rest until the etheric ram is operational, not 1 week of sleep. Wink of sleep.
Oh, fucking cart chocobo. That dude is mad. He's got World of Warcraft face. Everybody's scowling with their faces all contorted up. An eye for ether. Oh boy, hour of departure. Alphino has a final task for you before departing for Azizla. Given the danger of the task that lies before us, I think it only right that we take a moment to bid our friends and allies farewell. Alas, it requires my assistance with Master Matoya's rather singular writings, but I entrust the task of visiting those who remain behind to you. Trying to embarrass me, motherfucker? You just want to get my voice cracking on mic? Hey, Emmerich. So the hour is nigh. Would that I could join you in the coming battle, but with my wounds, I fear I would only be a burden to you. In consorting with the Askins and availing himself of primal powers, my father made himself an enemy of all that is good and right in the world. Do whatever you must to end his madness. May the Fury watch over you. Got anything to say, Estinian? As your wings to bear us to the final battle, I must admit there is a poetry to it. You only have 1 suit of armor, dude.
I know naught of the Archbishop and his knights, save that which you have told me. But if they truly possess the power of primals and the secrets of Azizla, they are dangerous foes indeed. We must spare no preparation.
Who we talking to? Lucia, the Congregation of Knights Most Heavenly. Hilda and the Broom? I think Hilda and the Broom is actually going to be closer to us, right? Maybe? Where the fuck are we? How long have we spent here now? Like 15, 20 hours? Still don't have any idea how to get around Ishgard. This has been great, honestly. If we're taking stock with characters, Heavensward has truly proceeded at a brisk pace. Finally, we're into stuff I've never seen before, which is wild, although honestly it doesn't excite me more to this point than what we've seen, but that's only because I've been enjoying what we've seen so much. There is something useful in already having some foreknowledge of the plot, I think, and being able to process it and spot things in real time. Lucia, this is it then. Go well, my friend. Shall pray to the Fury for your preservation. Mayhap you think it strange that a daughter of Garlemald should pray. I do not blame you. I used to think it passing strange myself. But that all changed when I discovered something dearer to me than mine own life. Thereafter, praying seemed the most natural thing in the world. Prayers are born of heartfelt faith. Manipulating the people's belief for his own twisted ends, the Archbishop makes a mockery of their very existence. It cannot be borne. Go well, my friend. May the Fury bless and keep you. And do that Dark Moon loyalty. does bother me a little how vulnerable I am to low-level sentimentality. But also, I don't know how to judge low-level sentimentality from high-level sentimentality. We've spent so long with these characters, it seems fair to take the story seriously. We've still got the rat following us around. Tataru. So you're off to face the Archbishop then. Please be careful and watch over the others, will you? We've lost too many friends as it is. Some may have returned to us, but I couldn't bear to lose anyone else. I just couldn't. Realize it's asking a lot. But you're the strongest person I know. I don't think there's anything you can't achieve if you put your mind to it. So please, whatever else happens, keep everyone safe. Oh, you know what? I'm sure we're gonna get credits, so we can really save our closing thoughts for that. One last stop, Hilda. A woman who entered and exited the story in the course of, approximately 45 seconds. But hey, she is important. Hopefully she continues to be so in the patches. Hey, they've got names now. Widerstand and Shimmer. We won't get up to no mischief before you're gone. Not too much, anyway. We'll keep your city in one piece, don't you worry. Well, if it ain't my old friend Longpoint. Off to face the Archbishop and his cronies, is it? I'd love to go and give those bastards a good walloping myself, that snake Shari Bear especially. But I gotta stay here and keep an eye on things. With the Archbishop gone, some of the poor folk might get it in their heads to do something stupid like storming the pillars. But blood won't get us what we want, and I need to be around to remind them of that in case they forget. No need to worry about us anyway. I'll work with Sir Emmerich to preserve the peace. You just concentrate on settling this score with the Archbishop, eh? I don't know if that's true. It seems like it actually would be an optimal time to go and storm the halls of power. I mean, it's a symbolic grasp, but it could prove useful. And thank God we're going to go talk to the Four Toms. I was sitting here thinking, like, are we really not going to go talk to them, who were the hub of everything? But thankfully we are. Let's talk to his benighted sons as well. Please take me over to the last vigil, right? Yeah, I think that's the one. Well, come, Master Erwin. Shall I show you inside the manor? They're playing the sentimental music. It's affecting me. Osfortom, manservant. This is a black day for Osfortom. He's still thinking about the death of our friend. Master Erwin, how good of you to pay me a visit. It feels as if it were only yesterday when first we met here in this chamber. You came to us as a fugitive seeking asylum. Now you bear the hopes of our nation upon your shoulders. He would not have told you, but when Oshhom begged me to accept you into the household, he described you as hope incarnate. At the time, I assumed he was simply waxing lyrical, as was his wont. But I've come to see that he simply spoke the truth. You are our hope, a shining beacon that shall guide the people of Ishgard through the raging snowstorm. A memento. My son here, he would have wished to fight at your side in the battle to come. Take care, my friend, and return to us. Can't handle all the sentimentality. It's embarrassing to get it on record. Saw a tweet earlier that was somebody saying, "Oh no, I'm having a name of philosopher moment. What are stories? What are they for?" I'm worried about that all the time. What are stories? What are they for? What does it mean to take something totally imaginary seriously? What does it mean to have it inform your day at all? Particularly when we're so plagued with nightmares. And if you're going to have stories, then maybe they should be stories that are concretely about real things. I didn't actually look at which one we needed to go to as the menu factory. Stories that are concretely about real things. And not just, oh my god, where the fuck do we need to go? Not these silly fantasy stories that abut on reality. I mean, obviously, Athenium Astrologicum. Obviously, Ishgard's behavior here is very mappable on the United States in many ways. But I could have gone and read actual people's stories of United States occupations in foreign countries. Real nonfiction stuff, although of course in the telling, everything becomes fiction. And yet the draw is to these things that are more than a single veil away from the truth. Anything else to say, Emmerich? Do whatever you must to end my father's madness. May the Fury watch over you. And I wish I could, in a way I envy people who have that, as they say, cringe capacity to really buy into fiction and feel it and not feel embarrassed about it. And the thing is, I wouldn't feel embarrassed about it if I felt like the response was earned and sincere. Like the kind of monologues you get at the end of Terry Pratchett novels, those are overwhelming and transcendental in a way that, you know, it's still perhaps a little embarrassing to read aloud just because it's so broken up by the catching in the throat, but psychologically it's not something that I'm at all ashamed to admit is affecting. You're talking about a fucking video game that takes 80 hours to get to this point, or more than that. This is more like around 85 hours I think the playlist is at. Which obviously, in a human sense, that's a huge investment to have in something, so it becomes natural to take it more seriously. But like to talk about it with someone who is not invested in it, you wouldn't really be that proud to say. And I found myself tearing up listening to Orchfon's father bidding me farewell. It just seems like a simple story. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad it's still a positive experience. It's just a question of getting it on microphone and having these long pauses as I wait for the knot in my throat to go down.
Damn it.
Count Edmund bequeathed on you Lord Orchfon's shield, a noble gesture. We bear the hopes and dreams of full many souls. Let their faith in us be a source of strength and courage as we face our remaining trials. The first flight of the Excelsior. The game will soon be afoot, and Alphinaud is keen to assemble the players. Work on the Enterprise is nearly complete. Let Y'shtola know to make ready. Do whatever you must. Oh, wait, that was new. The revelations of recent days may have overturned the foundations of my faith, but my purpose remains unchanged. Ending this damnable war. Y'shtola. I'm glad she's here.
Until but recently, the Ishgardians have kept their doors firmly shut to outsiders.
This is going to be like April O'Neil's monologue in the first Ninja Turtles movie, which is a really good monologue.
But
Really good
thanks to
movie.
you, we have found in them stout allies with whom we may fight to secure the future of the realm. Truly, you are the beacon of hope towards which all men are drawn.
Spare us the hyperbole. 'Tis not for praise that we fight.
Oh,
I do prefer it when
in
video
light of
games
all
aren't
we have
constantly
achieved, I felt
complimenting
really
me.
need to express my gratitude.
Like, that is embarrassing in a sincere way. You set me up for success. You don't have to keep telling me how great I am.
All that we have achieved. Spoken like a true outsider. Until the war is over, we have achieved nothing.
I pray the war is over, Estinian. It's just that your maniac
Battle is a
god.
chance to excise the root
Well,
of this
okay.
conflict, and by my hand it shall be done. Then you may speak of achievement.
Every time I try to correct this bastard for being
'Twas not
too
mine intent to make light of your
linear,
struggle.
he corrects
If I
it.
have given offense, then I apologize. But if I may speak freely, you would do well to be wary of the Eye. Even now, it burns with insatiable hatred, watching unblinking for a sign of weakness. Should you falter for so much as a moment, it will surely consume you.
Save your concern. I will consume the eye ere I let it consume me.
Yeah, I don't know if that would help, boy.
"12 be praised, thou hast not yet set forth. Cross sand and snow have I journeyed, that I might deliver this gift unto thee."
Hey, it's the White Orisite. Do we
But whence
need
did
it?
it come?
To mine amazement, it lay hid amongst Moonbreeder's last effects. 'Twas but blind chance or providence that I did hap to spy it. Let no man claim that my late friend e'er erred for lack of foresight.
Boo, bring back Gideon Emery. Bring him back.
Place whither thou goest, servants of darkness do lie in wait. Pray, give unto me thy pledge that thou wilt strike them down and avenge our fallen comrade.
So, but do we need that? I don't think we needed the White Orisite, did we? So why are we going to bring it with us? It's useful, isn't it? What if we all die? I know not of the Archbishop. We've heard that one. Are we Angers, just here in the cold?
That which man thinketh a trifle in the having, he mourneth as a treasure in the losing. A tired platitude, but one which shall haunt me until my dying day. God damn it.
Yeah, we know that one. Now, the whole reason that we decided to go through the whole thing again and not just start at Shadowbringers or start from where I was before was so that we could spend so much time with these characters and become invested in them. And unfortunately, that has happened. Let's go, Erwin, as his law awaits. I remember when I was creating this character, I was like, is it going to bother me that everybody's going to call us Longpoint even though they should be calling us Erwin? And it absolutely is not at all.
Excellent timing. We've just finished our work on the Enterprise. She's so much improved, I've decided to give her a new name to suit. The Enterprise Excelsior. Or simply the Excelsior if pressed for time.
In Final Fantasy IV, one of these several airships is named the
Once
Falcon,
again,
as
she'll
in
carry
Millennium,
Eorzea's protectors into battle.
along with the Enterprise.
All aboard!
I can do no more than see you off with prayers for your safety and success. Yet know that wheresoever you may go, my son's spirit goes with you. May the Fury grant you strength.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that was even more quavering than I expected. I knew there was going to be some quaver. That was a really high degree of quaver.
All of you.
Enterprise Excelsior. Engage. This is it! Get ready!
Eye of mine enemy, render unto me thy power!
Careful with that one, boyo. You,
No, you will not claim me. I am the master.
Not so sure about that one, Estinian. Hey, no more wandering around the realm. Sorry, I'm over here tweeting about how, reactions to these things and what to make of having reactions to these things and how to live in a world where, like, the strongest emotion you've had lately that wasn't boredom or frustration at work is from some MMO you were playing. Looks like the whole gang is all here.
Chief, we've got an Imperial battleship on our tail. And it's bleeding massive. Damn it! The bastards were waiting for us to open the door for them. I'm gonna try to shake them. Hang on to something.
There are four. There are 44 quests in the follow-up to Heaven's Word, so it's about half as long as the base game. Although I suspect more dungeons, and there are 2 raids. There's a raid set, and a binding coils
Time
to
has
do.
come to use Hydaelyn's gift.
Isela. Or she was here with us. Where the fuck was she? We
Much
didn't
blood
talk to
has
her
been
at all.
spilled in my name. And for what?
Oh, she wasn't there.
False cause
She's
that I
gone on
created
dragon's
for want of
wings.
The warmth of companionship. Saint Shiva, pray Svelga. Pray forgive this fool. But even now,
What?
I cannot let go of my dream. My dream of a tomorrow in which no child need freeze alone in the snow. Thank you, Racevelga.
Is that Azel?
She's going to go Shiva mode. She's going to attack the Garleans.
Oh, goddess, all mine own hopes and dreams. For the last time, I beseech you. Fill this vessel with your light. Still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
I think I'm glad we turned the music on for this one. You know, I'm realizing something as I watch this. Something, I hadn't quite registered before. Which is that, I think we might be playing a Final Fantasy game. Was it enough?
Farewell, warrior of light. And thank you for showing me the way.
Well, I think I can say with confidence that I'm glad I didn't look up what happened to her ahead of time. Wow.
This ether. It was a crystal of light.
Wait, I didn't understand that. What did that mean, Y'shtola? Please explain.
She was one of Hydaelyn's chosen.
Ah, I see. She had an inner wellspring to draw upon. That's how she was able to do that at all. That makes sense. I had been wondering about that. So, those 6 crystals inside us, we, I guess, literally can draw upon them. They're not just a metaphysical bulwark, or at least she could. She too was bound to one such thing that made her what she was. No, it didn't make her what she was. It let her become the person that she needed to be. Whew. Holy shit. I think we may indeed be playing a Final Fantasy game. Give me a second. All right. Wow. Supposed to go from that to silly voices? Come on! I wasn't afraid. Not in the least. Pardon that smell? Oh god, someone spilled something down my trousers.
Taking on an Imperial battleship by yourself, Primal, I know that took some courage.
Zayla. I can't believe she's gone. The Echo is a gift and a burden both, as you know all too well. Though we walked opposing paths, Aizat was a worthy woman. Her deeds will not soon be forgotten. So what the fuck is this place? Holy shit. I assume we can't fly here. We can fly here! Wow. Abalathia's Spine. This place is huge. Well, if we'd been here during Heavensward times, I bet there'd be tons of stuff to do here, but we are purpose-driven and have little left to do.
Phew. I don't know about you, but I'm glad to be back on solid ground. God damn it! When that Imperial battleship appeared, I honestly thought that we were finished, and we would have been. Did your friend not arrive when she did?
12 grant her mercy. Brief though our time together was, Izayla was a true friend. A gentle soul who fought for her beliefs. She would have made a fine scion. Let's not tarnish her memory by saying that, boy.
What is a scion but one who fights for our cause? Our hopes survive thanks to her sacrifice. Let that be enough.
Yet I cannot help but wonder, how came she to know of our presence here? From his Velga, I would wager. He would have felt my channeling of the Eye's power. It would seem they were able to make peace with one another in the end.
She gave her she gave her life because she believed in us. We owe it to her to see our mission through.
I wonder if we'd gone back at the end of the MSQ if we would have found her there with him.
See that dome-like structure further in? Let's make our way there.
In order to find that out, we would have to go all the way back through. All the way back through this 2.x, which I kind of doubt that it was a thing, but what a thing if it were. Like if we could go back there between different MSQ quests and witness them saying different things, that could be really informative and would be the kind of Easter egg that I would definitely not put past this game. Look at this nightmare. Holy shit, why is there just red ether inside there? Alright, well I know what the last quest is called. It's the only level 61. I sense an ominous presence.
Heavy though our hearts may be, we must forge on. In the names of those that we have lost.
Sid is right. We owe it to Izayla to see the mission through.
It's still active. All of it.
Crikey, this place is like something out of my dreams.
The Isle's sentinels don't seem to frequent this area. We should be safe here. Let's talk strategy, shall we?
The first flight of the Excelsior. Systematic exploration. Sid looks like a man with a plan.
First of all, in the interests of efficiency, I suggest we make this place our base camp. We can coordinate the search for the Archbishop from here.
I have no objections. Now that we stand upon Az's lime, struck by the vastness of the isle, we must needs be methodical if we are to find our quarry.
Good. Now, unless I'm mistaken, this used to be an airship landing, and a major one at that. From what I know of elegant design, there should be a terminal nearby that's linked to the Isle's operational heart. If we can find such a terminal, we should be able to learn something of the Archbishop's whereabouts. Let's split up and look for it.
Well, there was a terminal right behind a bit of clutter over there. Right over here. Seems Sid found this one.
This terminal's long since ceased to function. Search for another.
The terminal's unresponsive. Biggs.
This place is an engineer's playground. If I had the time, I'd be going over it with a bleeding magnifying glass.
What do we got here?
The Empire borrowed most of its technology from Allagan relics. If we find a terminal, I reckon we can operate it.
What have you got to say, boyo? To think that such a massive structure has been floating above our heads for all these millennia beggars belief. I dare say this landing could accommodate even a Ragnarok-class vessel. Remarkable. Could it? With, like, where exactly? Over there, I guess. Seems like it's a tight fit in here. Proper. Where's everybody else got to? Too far, they wander afoot. This ominous presence, to whom does it belong? Are you sure it's not the eye in your pocket? The lingering will of our old friend, whatever the fuck his name was, Nidhogg. Machines are beyond my care, and I shall leave it to the others to find this terminal. Of more concern to me are the dragons I sense nearby. Stick to what you know. Y'shtola. Alas, I found not of use. I want to kick this thing around. Can't even touch it. Well, Sid, bad news.
Nothing, damn it. It's just this terminal then, but it doesn't respond to anything I do. Any bright ideas, Wedge? Wedge? He was here just a moment ago. Oh, don't tell me he's wandered off. I'm sorry, Arwen, but you shall be searched for him. Absent-minded as he is, I worry he's strayed beyond the landing area and made friends with the local sentinels.
Which would probably mean he's dead. I need you to help me search for Wedge. How many bullets could he sponge, do you think? Same line. Find me the short one, please. Bring me to your gnome.
The Alpha Quadrant.
Whereabouts? Sorry, trying to plug something in here. There we go. Destination. Surveying. They should change that verb up a little more often, don't you think? Oh. Yeah, put that pain noise in your game.
Wedge, you alright?
I'm fine, Chief. I just tripped, that's all. On the Traveler?
Fool of Lalafell, what were you thinking coming out here on your own? Death by overwork is one thing, death by stupidity quite another.
I'm sorry, Chief, but I think I've found something.
What is this? This wreck of a sentinel?
This is no wreck, Chief. She's still operational. Poink! Mischief music. Totally appropriate. See?
Eh?
Yep. Initiating. Performing diagnostics. Yep. Diagnostics complete. To proceed, please agree to the terms and conditions of use. I suppose? Thank you. To register as a user, please state your name. I'm Wedge, and that there's Erwin. User registration complete. Welcome to Azizla, Master Wedge, and Master Erwin. I am Guidance Node Geely. I wonder if that's a pun. A Chinese name? G. I don't know if that's a syllable in Mandarin. G. I don't think it is. G. 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 It should be. G. Yeah, the J initial and the I final. G. G. Jigle. Yeah, Jigle. G is absolutely a syllable in Mandarin. Jigle means a few. Greetings, Master Erwin. Is there something you wish to know? Oh, no menu? I'm sorry. I promise to be more careful from now on.
That fool of a Lalafell is making us worry, and he's already gone and named the node. Can you believe it?
It named itself, didn't it? I don't understand. Sid.
This isn't quite what I had in mind, but it might just serve. Wedge, bring the node this way, would you? There's something I'd like to try.
Is this node going to become like a morality pet? We're just going to have an enduring sphere hanging out. Come, Mr. Orb.
Node, I need a status report on the facility.
I am a tourist node. Gilly, you have to do what the chief says. Oh, Geely became Gilly. Okay, sure. Zoop. Yeah, that's it. Good girl. There's the Duke line.
Here we are. Not much of note. It appears someone recently reactivated Helix, which is this area.
That seems pretty notable. I mean, that seems really like a good lead. Reactivated, you say?
The Archbishop at Wager. I dare say he woke the place up when he used the Vanu's key. Are there any other people in the facility? If so, where? Let's see here. On the flagship, that's the central aisle. I'm seeing positive readings within the Etherochemical Research Facility and the Fractal Continuum. And what have we here? Intruders detected in the Gamma Quadrant. Defense system engaged.
Our Imperial friends, I suspect. I hope they enjoy the defense system. What of the Archbishop and his cronies?
What might offer an indication? How about this? Which area is currently consuming the most energy? Somewhere called Triad Console, inside the research facility.
It's not the Triad of the goddesses, right? And what manner of place is that?
It is, and I quote, a regulation facility for the warring Triad test subjects, that is the three goddesses, my god. That's all it says. The rest of the information is only accessible to users with consular privileges.
I mislike the sound of this, which leads me to believe that it is indeed the place. I'm inclined to agree with Ishtola. Whatever it is the Archbishop seeks, it is like to be there.
That settles it then. Let's find a way to cross over to the flagship.
Sounds good to me, Sidsky. Systematic exploration. The deed is done. What's everybody got to say?
A few years back, Wedge decided he wanted a dog, and when we said no, we sulked for a bleeding month.
Gilly's a good girl. Isn't she a good girl?
Well, this node turned out to be rather more useful than I expected.
You do not know how to operate the terminal. Never saw me before. The Warring Triad. I somehow doubt they are amenable to negotiation. The Warring Triad puts me in mind of a tale from my childhood. A tale of three gods locked in perpetual conflict. What in the Fury's name is that thing? Yeah, of course he's scared of a nice little iPod. In Node we trust. The Eon's old guidance node is patiently awaiting instructions. Blip. Greetings, Master Erwin. Is there something you wish to know? Tell me how to reach the flagship. Blip. Requesting access to the Etherochemical Research Facility. Access granted. Generating route. Route generated. Commencing guidance to chosen destination. Please be aware the designated route may take you through restricted sectors, and that the Isle's defense systems may attempt to terminate you. Be kindly reminded that, in accordance with the terms and conditions of use, you and your party assume all risk of damage or injury, including death, that may occur en route to your destination. Well, can I just fly there? Because that would be sick. Can the guidance node be trusted? I know not, but we have few other options. Let us see where it leads us. Erwin, Y'shtola, Estinian, we four shall proceed to the research facility. Sid, the Excelsior is our sole means of egress. Prepare remain here and ever ready to depart at a moment's notice.
Understood. We'll see that she's repaired and ready to fly. If anything happens, just let me know via link, pal.
Be on your guard, my friends. The enemy could be anywhere. Alright, let's get moving. Speak with the guidance node and matter conduit where the fuck ever. Where is it? IL 3. Is that IL 3? Is it 2-3? Let us simply fly there. What a nightmare this place is. This is your paradise? Well, I guess it's not. This is like the primal taming chamber. It's bomb thee, Mr. Snow. Clockwork engineer. Heinous. You seem terrible, my friend. You seem terrible and in a bad way. Why these sprites gotta be everywhere? Do you farm them for... they must be farmed for motes of whatever. We don't need to do this, Fate. Still ticking. The guidance node. Suppression node? What is this?
Blip blip. Emergency transmission from loyal soldiers of the Allagan Empire by official decree. All this is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill.
Cool. Alpha no. If I'm not mistaken, this is some manner of teleportation device.
Mayhap the note has further instructions for us.
We've scarce begun and already it leads us to a dead end. Allagan teleporter, it's labeled, dude. You are currently within the Alpha Quadrant. First, you must use the nearby matter conduit to travel to the Beta Quadrant. Please wait a moment while I activate it. Thank you, Orb. You're making yourself suspiciously helpful. Normally, every one of these would be a roadblock that would require that we travel all the way around the world. Zoop. Fancy. Anything else to say? Conduit activated. You may travel to the Beta Quadrant at your leisure. It's not a dead end, dude. It's a teleporter. Fucking stay abreast of what's going on, my boy. How are you gonna fight off the power of the eye like that? You do not know how this terminal works. Once again, the message. Take a look. Wow, I feel like a whole new cat. I guess it's all live stream transportation, right? It probably does reassemble us. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it reassembles you from your original matter, but you have like an essence inside that matter that is less ephemeral than your physical body. You certain it is wise to trust this orb with our lives? That note is not what it seems. From amidst the metal, I sense the gaze of a living being. Have care around it. The matter conduit appears to operate on the same principle as the Etherites. How remarkable that it should still function after all this time. According to my records, this conduit was last serviced approximately 5,014 years, 6 months, 11 days, 7 hours, and 13 minutes ago. That it should function without mishap may be described as a miracle. Thank you. Same message? Yep. Guidance node. Chimerical maintenance. Take us to the Beta Quadrant. Blip. Resuming guidance to the Aetherochemical Research Facility. Please follow me. This sector, the Beta Quadrant, is home to laboratories which produce chimerical life forms for both military and household applications. Our facility has been awarded 3-star certification for compliance with ASO 3001. The good behavior of the creatures born here is guaranteed. Please be warned, however, that millennia of neglect may have had an adverse effect on their disposition. For your own safety, please refrain from approaching the creatures. Lamias. Lami.as. Lamia theliticae. He's looking pretty good. A little thin, maybe. A little stretched. I guess snakes do be that way. So where are we headed? I think we should go via the path we would need to make on foot, just so we can see the sights. As if we need to extend this any longer. But I think we're long hauling this. I mean, we're gonna fucking upload this whole thing. That's the reality of the situation. Allagan Chimera. Hey, boyo. I've encountered your like down in the dungeons, but never out here in the open air beneath the orange sky. Allagan Chimera. Where are we at? Empus. Like, oh, an EMPus? It's an EMP flea? Is that the idea? It's an EMPus? That's funny. That's funny. Or else I'm seeing a joke that is not there, but I think that's what it is. He looks electrical to me. And, he looks like a bug. EMPus. I think Poos is spelled with an O-U-C-E, but who knows. Reptoid. How y'all make it here over before me? Tracking note.
Research Laboratory Employee Hunting Program, sponsored by our exciting new hunting competition. For more information, please.
Estinian. The orb is beginning to try my patience. It's been useful so far. The Allagans did not respect life, brilliant as they were. I cannot bring myself to respect them. The area teems with chimerical creatures. Be on your guard. Unable to activate matter conduit. Energy shortage detected. Identifying cause. Cause identified. Unauthorized siphoning of energy by chimerical creatures. Location, the Recombination Labs and Biomass Incubation Complex. Time is short. Let us split up and eliminate the culprits. Erwin, pray dispatch the creatures at the Recombination Labs. The rest of us shall sweep the Incubation Complex. Take care, and return hither when you are done. Alright, let's go crush some creatures. Wow, that's a long fucking walk. People fighting their way through here. I mean, that's kind of cool. You got like outdoor dungeon feel to it. Must have been really strange when this first came out for it to be totally packed with the many warriors of light. With the relatively low density spawns, it's like you wouldn't see any enemies. Everything would always already be dead, I think. Fire sprites. Lamia. Cybrids. There's cybrids? I'm trying to remember where I last heard the cybrid. Oh, cybrid is in the Hyperion Cantos. That's the Yates cybrid, who is built on a reconstructed personality of William B. Yeats. A glowing chimera. Well, now you are a rotting chimera. Farewell, Impus. There's more than one creature we need to take down, huh? Destination. Let me in. Looking around this freaky fucking laboratory. Sword oath. Glowing Impus. Down with you. And not even hostile. Truly, we're too hard on these creatures. Then again, I guess for us to proceed to the endgame, we're going to need to take their presumed nutrient source. Destination. Can we use it, please? Oh, hello. Wait. God damn it. There was another one? And it despawned? Just our luck. We deserve better. We deserve better. Erwin deserves better than us as a pilot. Look at this cat. He's so patient. Legendary, really. Goodbye. Where is the final glowing boy? There he is. We were fooled. We grew complacent. The dragon's breath. Okay, now do I have permission to open this second? I guess we should have done this one first, shouldn't we? We wouldn't have had to walk back and forth. Still, there is a certain order to be observed in these things. And that order is the order that we first decided. Hello, EM pieces. That EM pussy. Lion with the recombination labs. Alright, so that's handled. Let's just fly directly back over. What a nightmare of a vacation spot Alphinaud has chosen. I reserve veto power next time around. A corpse flower. Do 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 do. Look at this, like, fleshy fucking protrusions. What are you, my friend? Be you stone or meat? Everything handled? What's everybody got to say? Machines are not to be trusted, least of all those that can think. Alphinaud has come far. Master Louisoix will be proud. While facing the chimerical creatures, I had a moment of inspiration. I feel I've attained a better affinity with arcane entities. Yeah, he's never going to get to do the proper summoner shit, right? Because he wasn't there. Or, I think you can actually pass it around, right? I think we restored summoners to the world, basically. Boop. Energy restored to the conduit. Please wait a moment while I activate it. Its use of these personal pronouns is, as the kids like to say, sus. Who is I in there, my round friend? Be you drone or telepresence? Reveal your secret. Ooh, guidance node. Conduit activated. You may travel to the Gamma Quadrant at your leisure. I guess we have to use the teleporter, we can't just zoom over. The assumption that we are unable to fly is unmanning. Whoa. It's Garlemald the clock. Here they stand before us. Parked. I mean, double parked. So the Garleans managed to land. Repairs on their vessel appear to be well underway. I doubt that they will leave anytime soon, however. Nay, they will remain here long after they've stripped the isle of all its secrets. Whether or not they mean to linger, their presence here and now is an unwelcome complication. Indeed, let us avoid confrontations, and that's absolutely needful. Isn't it absolutely needful, though? Don't we need to drive them away from this place? Like, we can't let them stay here. It wouldn't be their first elegant ruin, but I don't think we want to give them any more. Complete. Ooh, we're getting close to that final quest. They were like fewer than 10, 69 quests, I think. Guidance node. Close encounters of the 6th kind. The guidance node is ready to take you through the Gamma Quadrant. What about our companions? Are they here? They seem to have ceased to be. Oh well, less dialogue for us. Warning, intruders detected in force in this quadrant. It is recommended that you avoid confrontation where possible. Be kindly reminded that, in accordance with the terms and conditions of use, you and your party assume all risks of damages or injury, including death, that you may sustain in the course of this guidance. Please follow me to the next matter conduit. It leads to the Delta Quadrant, where the facility's greatest achievement is located. Giant flesh beast? Giant flesh beast. Doesn't seem like avoiding confrontation with the Garleans would be all that challenging, even if we were groundlings. They literally were not in our way at all. They are only out of our way. Man, what a ship. Sid, why don't you build them like that? Is it just because you don't have a world-spanning empire to funnel resources into you? Because you're working with the equivalent of like a shoebox full of rubber bands and Coke can bottles? Coke can pop-tops. The 6th Legion has long been a favorite of Emperor Varys. The 6th Legion has long been the favorite of Emperor Varys. It is the iron fist with which he crushes uprisings. These soldiers bear the sigil of the 6th Legion, originally deployed with Isambard. They are certainly a long way from home. Wait, something is afoot. I guess you'd know, Jumper Boy. You like those hoppy feet? Got that rabbit thing going? I bet you're happy that they're adding Male Vieira. You know, if I were of the opinion...
objective lies at the heart of the island.
Their greatest creation?
The 3rd will remain to guard the ship, while the 2nd patrols the perimeter and eliminates any threats. The 1st will come with me to secure the research facility. Let no man doubt the import of our mission. The Allagans found a means to capture Icons alive, and their knowledge lies hid upon this island.
Hey, this is what I was proposing, right? That they capture an Icon?
We would be able to
Oh
prevent the
boy.
beings from returning to plague us, thus ending the cycle of rebirth.
Dude, that would kill the world. That is not a viable
Need not remind
solution.
you that success will raise our legion high in the Emperor's regard.
Yeah, until the world dies.
Radiance does not tolerate failure. That is all. All troops, prepare for deployment.
You can't coerce summoning until all myths are contained. As long as there is ether remaining in the world, it will continue to happen. I don't think you want to box all the ether in the world up in cages. I'm pretty sure that is a state of, like, heat death, but probably worse than heat death in how it feels.
To think that the knowledge used to bind no less a being than Bahamut sleeps here.
Imprisoning a primal in such a manner would represent an effective means to halt the cycle of summoning, were it not for the grave and obvious risks.
Well, also, they would just all the ether would be contained
Indeed.
there.
We need but refer to past experience, that of Bahamut's calamitous return, to see why this is not the solution we seek.
Okay, I suppose what you could try to do is to do a really, really small summon with very little power.
Will continue to nurse its hatred for mankind, and when it inevitably breaks free, its rage will be beyond quelling.
Whatever folly the Garleans mean to commit, they can wait. We must remain focused on our task.
That can remain for 3.2.
Yes, of course. It would not be polite to keep the Archbishop waiting.
That is what I like to hear, Avano. Alright, well, there'd be a certain aesthetic pleasure in doing this all in one video, but this is now 2.5 hours long, and I'm a little worried about it getting unwieldy and losing it. So let's go ahead and cut this now, and I will immediately continue, so see you soon, right on the flip side.